Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to World War II. Oh my goodness, I know, shock, horror, what on earth is going on? Why is Ricky in World War II? What is this? This isn't the Thrungva. This isn't Era 1. What's this? This is World War II. This is Tier 10. And yes, you're right. This is World War II. This is Tier 10. And basically, I had the misfortune of platooning with Eclipse. And we ended up in World War II because, well, you know, some people just can't handle the environment of Cold War. What can I say? Some just aren't as good as the rest of us. But anyway, this is World War II. This is the Tier 10 Swedish Heavy, the Kranvagn. Now, if you are a Cold War only player, this tank and the shape of it, the look of it, is going to look very familiar to you because you will recognise this as the premium Era 1 Heavy, the Thrungva. Bouncing a shot off the turret nicely there from the rather powerful, I believe that's an 88, the German 88 on the waffle. Strong gun, good penetration, good clip, good reload. You do not want to get caught out by a waffle unless you're in the Kranvagn and you hull down. If that's what you're in, then you're absolutely fine. So anyway, yes, if you're a Cold War player, you'll recognise this tank. I'm having a bit of trouble here with my teammate, getting caught up in all sorts. If you're a Cold War player, you'll recognise this as the Era 1 Heavy, Premium Heavy, the Thrungva. This is, well, I was going to say it's not a direct copy, because technically it's not a direct copy. There are some statistical differences between the Kranvagn at Tier 10 and the Thrungva at Era 1. But one of the major differences, obvious differences that you can see straight away on screen right now is the clip size. The Kranvagn has 4 rounds. The Thrungva, sorry, I forgot the name there. The Thrungva has only 3. It would be nice if the Thrungva had 4 rounds like the Kranvagn. It would, I don't know, some people say it would make it harder to play because the 4 shots mean you're more hesitant to go for a reload. 3 shots means you can be a lot more definitive with the or decisive with the reload. But speaking of what this tank, you know, we were talking about a waffle earlier. Yeah, he got caught out. He did not want to get spotted there. And I unloaded all 4 rounds into a waffle, which is, I know, it's only fair. The waffle can also deal out a lot of pain. So we're trying to do our best to equalise that threat at that moment in the game. So the Kranvagn has this 4-shot autoloader. Thrungva has the 3-shot. Apart from that being a major difference, there are some slight, you know, statistical differences, but nothing really that major. So if you're a World War II player who's played the Swedish heavy line up to Tier 10, you're going to know exactly what you're getting with the Thrungva in Era 1. If you're a Cold War player and you've never dabbled in World War II, but you're interested in dabbling in World War II, then if you've got the Thrungva, then you'll have a very good idea of what you can get yourself into if you get the Kranvagn. You know exactly what you're going to be getting. It's basically the same vehicle with 1 extra round in the clip. Now what you saw there was something that doesn't really happen all that often in Cold War. I was putting blind shots in because, as you just saw a second ago, 2 rounds came in that hit Eclipse behind me. That means there are 2 tanks over there. But with the vision system in World War II, they're not spotted and I can't see them. In Cold War, we have the regular spotting mechanic where you can spot vehicles, finishing off the waffle nicely there, first kill of the game. In Cold War, if something is spotted, you'll see it like you do here with the Tortoise. You'll see it in the same way you're seeing the Tortoise there. But when the spotting mechanic deactivates in World War II, the rendering of the tank on the screen it just disappears. The tank will be there 1 second and then magically, poof, it will just disappear. It's technically still in that position, but the rendering of the vehicle is not shown on your screen because that is how the World War II vision mechanics work. In Cold War, the spotting system would just say, oh, they're not detected. The red outline goes, their health bar goes, the player name goes, and the name of the tank disappears, but you can still see the vehicle. This Progetto got caught out. Second to last shot tracks him. Last shot kills him. Now waiting on the reload for the IS-7. So if you're interested in dabbling in World War II, a couple of things. You're going to have to get used to the vision mechanics because it's very, very different. It can be very counterintuitive because things magically appearing and disappearing is, well, it's not what you're used to if you're playing Cold War. And it's probably not what you're used to if you play many other shooting related video games. World of Tanks does have a very unique vision system. But if you can get past that and you want to play World War II and you want to play style like the Thrungva, then the Swedish heavy line, I can recommend it. I don't have much of a memory of it from tier 1 to tier 7. I don't really remember it all that well, although I've got a vague memory of the Leo at tier 7, I think, being very good. Tier 8 being a little bit... the Emil 1 is like, it's okay. It introduces you to this hold down playstyle. The Emil 2 I remember being quite nice. And then the Kronwagen, it is what it is. This is just a lovely tank in my opinion. I've always liked this tank because you know how... Well, for me, I know exactly what I need to do to play it. But we'll come back to that in just a second. And what you're seeing here is me exercising my Cold War brain, thinking, if I just peek around these houses, I can just see what's off in the distance. No, you can't see anything unless they're spotted, like that tortoise. The tortoise has gone now, so if I look to the left, there's just nothing. You can't see anything. There's going to be nothing there. It takes some getting used to. But anyway, the Kronwagen. One of the reasons I liked the Kronwagen, and I apparently still do quite well in the Kronwagen, I'm assuming I'm doing quite well here. One of the main reason for this is that I know exactly what I need to do to play it well. This thing has a weak hull. There's my 4th kill. It has a weak hull and a very, very strong turret. And it's got this autoloader. So what do? Well, you play hold down. That's basically how this thing needs to be played. It needs to be played with support. It needs to be played hold down. And you need to use your map knowledge to get to positions where that playstyle can be facilitated. So immediately when I started this game, I went to the middle of this map. This is a World War II map only, so if you're a Cold War player, you probably have never seen this before, or you may not have seen it in a very long time. Yeah, this is a map that Cold War doesn't get. This is Hidden Village, and I went to the center of the map, E6 at the start of the game, because I knew that was a hold down position. I knew that was a place where I could play to this vehicle's strengths. In this situation though, things have gotten a little out of hand. It's just myself and Eclipse left. We are sticking together. The Tortoise there is on 813 hit points. There is a Death Star out there as well, and I believe the 3rd tank destroyer is one of the Japanese ones, a Ho-Ri, I think is the name of it. I can't actually remember, but what you're seeing me do here is this is me attempting to flank around the side and rear of the Tortoise. Now, I remember playing this, and this for me is where the game started to unravel a little bit, because I felt a little out of my depth in the World War II mode. I was just expecting to see... I thought I'd see the Tortoise better. Eclipse pinging there where he last was. I was not sure what to do, where to go, where to aim, where to look. Yeah, and I missed the shots there. I thought that was a weak point. And then I remember the cupola, and that mistake right there with the Tortoise is what results in the ending of this game. So I've only got 1 armor piercing round left. I'm now switching to the 16 rounds of gold heat rounds that I've got. There's the Death... Is it the Death Star? Yeah, the Death Stars. The FV4215B183, I think is the full name. No, FV4... Oh, I can't remember. See, it's been that long. A 183 is in there somewhere. It's basic. I believe it's the same gun as the ship barn, just on a Conqueror hull. So here I am, staying hull down behind, well, trying to stay hull down behind the remains of the Progetto that I killed earlier. I know both tank destroyers are going to come from this direction, and this is where things just go absolutely wrong for me. I'm firing heat. The first shot gets goes somewhere and gets, you know, bounced off of something. Second shot goes into the track and tracks him, and I was clearly not calculating properly. I side of the turret, and yeah. Unfortunately, my first ever, well, I want to say my first ever World War II game in 2025, that was in fact a Top Gun, ends because I was like a fish out of water at the end of the game. So I get the Top Gun, I get the 4,128 damage, but I fluff the ending because I just could not remember where to shoot a Death Star. My brain, poof, gone, went. I didn't know what to do. But anyway, apparently this old dog still has it. I can still pick up World War II and do very well. So for that, I am quite proud. And I got to do it in a tank that I have very fond memories of. So there you go, guys. That was a tier 10 replay in the Kranvagn. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If not, a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one.